And the last months of session can be productive, but members also feel pressured to get things done, and there's not a lot of time to do that. There are a number of reasons lame duck sessions aren't viewed very favorably. People think that members who aren't returning aren't necessarily accountable to voters for those last votes, and they think the legislature waits for lame duck to vote on controversial issues. And there's the time crunch. Lame duck is filled with many votes, and that means there's not a lot of time to review legislation to make necessary changes. And bills that come from the Senate don't necessarily go through a normal process because of the lame duck and the lack of time. So I'm proposing a House joint resolution that says any bill considered after the November election in an even-numbered year needs a 2/3 vote to pass. This would create more transparency and help us make sure that anything that passes in lame duck has strong bipartisan support. I believe this change will give Michiganders more reason to trust their elected officials and the processes we use to create laws. I'm honored to take these steps with the Speaker Pro Tem Hornberger, and they're just the beginning. We will spend the coming years creating reforms that make Michigan government more accessible, accountable, and transparent so we can earn the trust of the people. I appreciate you guys being here, and I'm happy to take any questions.
How quickly will you be proposing that legislation? In other words, how quickly will it get to a vote?
And we're going to move quickly. We have a lot of things obviously going on this week and next week, but we're going to move legislation quickly. In the future, in the next coming weeks, we'll have another series of bills that will be introduced that we will move as a package. So in the coming weeks, you'll see more on this issue and others.
Last session, they also proposed some transparency changes, including reforms to go into make the legislature and the government. Are you open to that? And given the lack of success on that last time, what guarantees do you have that these bills will succeed this time?
Yeah, I mean, I think anything that improves the transparency and accountability of government is on the table for this term as well. I won't get into the details on why things maybe not made it through in the past, but I know this time it's going to have the weight of the 101st legislature behind it, and I want to make sure it's a priority for not just our the members, but the people of Michigan deserve this, and they deserve accountability in their government.
Mr. Speaker, can you address the question of the Capitol Commission, of the fence that's supposed to walk around the Capitol, and your concerns about safety?
So I believe the state police are well prepared for anything that may come. I'm confident in their abilities to protect the people in this Capitol building.
With Rep. Hornberger's bill, what are kind of the parameters that decide if you are benefiting from a piece of legislation? Is it business? Is it personal? I mean, what are the, when can you decide whether you can vote or not?
So we're going to work through the parameters as we move through the process. We already have similar legislation in the Senate, and there are numerous other states that have basically the same legislation in place that we're going to take a look at. So we're not reinventing the wheel. There are already other states that are doing it, and our Senate, it has similar. So we'll take a look at it. I can't speak to the specifics right now, but we'll get there.
Mr. Speaker, you said at the Capitol Commission's decision on the open carry inside the building that you didn't feel that they had either the standing or the power to do what they did. It begs the question, is there anything you intend to do? Is there legislation you're going to pass or look to pass that might deal with this issue beyond the Capitol Commission?
Yeah, we're looking into those issues. But for now, like I said in my statement, the state police are tasked with enforcing that, and I would like everybody to abide by that rule that they passed. But we're looking into our options.
The House Minority Leader asked that lawmakers who didn't support Biden's plan basically not consented today. Do you expect to fight over that today? What is your position on the issue?
I don't expect to fight on that, and I'll just refer back to my statement on that issue. The minority leader and I, we talk regularly, so I don't necessarily agree with the open letter that was sent, but at the same time, we have those discussions as well. We talk regularly. Yes.
The Attorney General said that the Capitol isn't safe after the Capitol Commission will ban open carry. Are you planning on trying to do something even tougher? There's a lot of talk of trying to ban weapons altogether in this Capitol and other capitals.
So I disagree with the Attorney General, and we're going to continue to look at our options. I trust the state police and the duties that they have and the job that they do every day.
Is there any legislation
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Do you plan to introduce any legislation in terms of keeping your, constituents, your fellow legislators safe at a congregation day?
So my team and I continue to meet with state police and Chief Dixon and the sergeants to, we're partners and want to make sure that this building is safe and the people inside it are safe. But again, we're looking into our options.
At the end of work session, the expectation was that the oversight committees could continue looking into election reforms. With everything that's happened since, what's your plan moving forward in terms of holding those election-related hearings?
I think the people deserve, their government to be accountable and trust that processes work. And so, the Oversight Committee will continue their work, looking into what the subpoena documents will produce, whether that's anything is to be determined. We've received a lot of subpoena documents over the last several days. We're going to continue to do our duty and our job to look into those documents.
Have you had any indication that there could be trouble around this building on Sunday? And do you have a message to anybody who might be involved in something like that?
Yeah, I mean, that we've I've publicly stated already, denouncing violence and any threats on elected officials is despicable. It's disgusting. It's exactly what I served in the military to stop and prevent. There's a difference between people that peacefully protest and are present at a protest versus those that attempt to take over a Capitol building. There's a stark difference there, and we have to be able to determine that there is the First Amendment right in this country. And you can do things that you would like to do, protest peacefully, and say the things you want to say. That doesn't change. That doesn't turn into violence against elected officials or a beacon, a building. That's I've said that in the past, and I'll continue to say that same thing. We don't stand for violence. We don't stand for threats. It's absolutely despicable. But we're going to continue to look forward. This 101st legislature is about changing the way we govern in the state of Michigan and holding our elected officials accountable to the people.
You got time for one or two more.
Hey, today, Governor Whitmer is expected to extend the pause to save lives until February 1st and then end it there, reopen indoor dining. I just want your response to that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I mean, it's frustrating that here again we have an arbitrary date that's been set for whatever reason. No one really knows why February 1st has magically appeared as a date now. It was the 15th. Now it's the 1st. What is it going to be on the 1st? Is it going to be the 15th? She's making decisions for local business owners and restaurants that she's saying, oh, it's a supply chain issue, or we need to bring our employees back. We need time. Let the individual businesses decide that. Let the individual restaurant decide that. But this is, again, the governor going out unilaterally, making a decision without any input from anyone, saying this is the day, now I'm going to decide we can open, that you can now serve someone in your restaurant. Because of what? New precautions are going to be in place for restaurants? Nope, none of that. We don't know. That could be, but we're not aware. You're not aware, I'm not aware, the legislature's not aware. The governor is the only person that we know of that actually knows if the 1st is actually going to be the date. That's the problem that we're in right now with state government. That's a reason why people don't trust their government. People don't trust their politicians because of decisions like that have been made in the past and continue to be made arbitrarily for no reason.
Do you agree with the House Appropriations Chair that the aspects of allocating federal funding should be on pause until some more reopenings start happening?
I think that our government should be held accountable to the people that we represent. And I think there's people out there that are struggling, that are hurting every day. And this is part of that problem where, I support the Appropriations Chair and his decisions that he makes as a leader in this building. And I'm looking forward to continuing those conversations with him and with the administration on the budget.
Okay, thanks everybody.